And how's everyone doing today? Hope you guys had a good night. Oh, everything hurts for me at the moment. All right, let's do this. Oh, Bob's still bobbing. You can hear him. Who all's on today? Just me, apparently. Nice. I think it's still working on batteries. I fired up the game for like 20 minutes this morning when I woke up, and I haven't been on since the last stream. Just been that busy. Let's see. Yep, still chewing our way through batteries. Think, yeah, we've got part way through one of these. It's just construction components. Let's go grab some construction components and get a thruster done. But yeah, nah, last night what I was doing was we ripped up all the tile in my uncle's kitchen. Took about 5 hours. Oh man. It let's just say that I'm so glad we had a machine for that instead of having to do that by hand. Oh boy, yeah. If I had to do that by hand, I might actually murder somebody. And that's saying something because I've done that by hand before, and it looks like we're out of platinum. All right, starting off with a mining trip. Oh, the uh, the animation engine updated. Nice. Yeah, no tile work. Tile work is just hell, especially. And I don't know how this makes sense. When the house was built, it was built for to order. When my uncle bought it, and it was bought in development. It was built to order. So somebody explained to me why there was vinyl flooring underneath the tile. It was a first installation. Why was there vinyl flooring underneath the tile? Dude, 2000 power cells doesn't even touch how many I've been building. They hadn't they hadn't put the tile down yet. They put they put vinyl down and then they put tile on top of the vinyl. Ghost, I'm not even kidding. In my last 3 streams, I have built 150,000 power cells. But they weren't going to be the ones to do it. I don't. That's what. That's what's bugging me. It felt like they just did something because they didn't feel like. It honestly, it almost feels like they put down the vinyl flooring to act as a measuring grid because it was just plain white flat with a black
Meteor
grid on it.
storm inbound.
It literally felt like they installed it to use it as a measuring grid instead of just snapping lines. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, no, I hear you. I usually go on a mining trip right after stream, you know, for that purpose. So my refineries are working too. To be fair, that vinyl being there made it so that tile popped right up. So I'm glad it was there, but it was a freaking nightmare to deal with. Yeah. All right. And come on, pull your braking, slow your roll, Sabe. That is a glorious platinum node right there for us to chew through. How big that thing is. Yeah, so during last stream, I thought I was out of nickel and I went out and went to mine nickel. When I got back, I looked in the refineries and I had close to 500,000 sitting there
Meteor
waiting.
storm inbound.
But for some reason, it was acting like it wasn't there. So I moved it around a little bit and it started using it. Also, with the latest patch update, we have to mourn the loss of a historical faction. The Spider faction is gone. Alright. I wish I had known that I needed to get platinum before. Congratulations, you caught a deer. Ghost really out here catching venison on stream. Mm, no. Wait. Does does that node go all the way through? That goes all the way through. Look at that thing. Dude, there's so much platinum. I mean, this thing holds 400,000 kilos. You know, for small grid, I have a decent amount of cargo with this thing. I'm thinking what I might do. I'm thinking what I might do is I might put together a large grid large grid mothership for mining. You know, it's just a massive, massive freaking refineries on it and storage and a covered dock for for a miner.
Meteor storm inbound.
Just something I can come out and bring it to this region and just mine the shit out of everything and bring it all back, and it's already being processed on the way back and while I'm sitting mining, instead of bringing back a bunch of raw. You know, maybe build a refinery ship with like 10 or 10 freaking. It's not measuring platinum there anymore, is it? There's platinum here still. Why is it saying there's not? If I do that though, it's probably going to be a build it in creative and then bob it in though. It's not going to be a on stream thing. Honestly, half the fun in building big is to see what you can push yourself to make. You know, it's not even about why build big or anything like that. It's I can build big. Let's build big. And I recognize that my streams right now are not going to be as popular as they normally are. Where is that platinum? I mean, silver's not that bad either. But... Oh no, it's more platinum. Cool. Is that train of ships that you built on your server that time? I apologize for not having any facial thing for you guys right now. I've got a reactive, but I just did not have time to set it up today. I know it's not hard. Slim made it for me. I just have not had the chance to set it up because life has been coming at me fast the last few days. You know what? I think I need to grab some material other than platinum. Do I need silver? Not really. There should be some cobalt here too. Where is the cobalt? Probably over here. I've been making a lot of heavy armor the last few episodes. A lot of the metal grids, so probably should get some more cobalt. And then we'll fill up on ice, actually. We're gonna go, just gonna spend a minute grabbing some cobalt here. Yeah, that's more than enough, honestly. And then I have an ice asteroid near I used up all the ice on my reactors, so no, I know it's not every ship you build, it's every third ship you build. It's gonna be my luck that, yep, ice on this thing is gonna be buried, isn't it? I don't remember where the ice on this thing was. Well, that sounds like you just intentionally busted your own balls there.
Meteor storm inbound.
Where is the ice? Oh god, isn't it a crevasse? It's in the butthole of the freaking asteroid, isn't it? I should be hitting the ice by now, unless this was a really small deposit. Well, Ghost, I've been meaning to ask, how would you feel about putting my dad through the paces of Drive Beyond Horizon sometime? Well, I mean, I think the real challenge is going to be getting him to sit down and play, because he's not much of a gamer. His idea of high quality gaming is playing golf on his phone. So all right, let's see, how much do we have? I mean, we've doubled how much we had in our O2H2 for one. I was thinking of getting you and Slim into a Drive Beyond Horizon world and getting and handing the controls to my dad. And then stepping out of the room. God, from this perspective, it looks like we're backing up the Batmobile. Honestly, I would leave that up to you guys. I'd be the facilitator of chaos. I'd get you three into the same world and then just let you guys self destruct on your own. I mean, the fact that that's an option for something you might do speaks volumes more about you than anything else. That's right up there with pulling the e-brake on some. That's right up there with pulling the pulling the freaking transmission into park while you're doing 45 down the highway, you know? I mean, he's not quite 65, 70. I mean, he had me when he was like 21, 20. You know, they had me when he was like 21, 22, so he's in his early 60s. Honestly, if he had a PC capable of it, I'd be trying to get him to actually stream on his own. But he has a Chromebook, an old one at that. It's like nearly 10 years old. It's like one of the early model ones. It runs slow enough, I'm pretty sure glaciers move faster. The question is, what vehicle would you guys try to build? Try to build the Triclops with him? Full zombies on? Thankfully, at least on my world, you don't need to worry about trying about the original starter vehicle anymore. I'm not going to bother dealing with fancy docks on my ship when I'm at the station, and I can just have it docked to an external. No point in fancy docks when when the simple docks here. Mm. Yeah, God, I forgot all about that. And apparently, I think they're collaborating with Ultra Kill too. I think, which should be interesting. All right, what are we needing? You know what? Let's not be stupid here. Link you up 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. And actually steel plate here first. And 1,000. What else was there? Wait, what order was it on? Did it really finish all those batteries finally? No, it didn't, but it decided, you know what? Let's start on these thrusters since we've got components. This one's just waiting on steel. Yeah, it looks like most of these thrusters are legitimately just waiting on steel, and these do need thruster components, but I moved power higher priority in the queue. Yeah, with how many, uh, you know, uh, with how many freaking batteries I have to construct compared to thruster components, I decided, you know what? Let's prioritize the
Meteor storm
power over the
inbound.
thrusters, especially because I have enough to move already. This is just completion. This is just you know. Well, to be fair, I am definitely a build the internals then build the armor kind of person. So is this the only two that I'm not done? Yeah. It's it's got some go juice to it. That's for sure. Fair enough. I want Bob to keep focusing on those, I want Bob to keep focusing on those batteries, so I am more than happy to move thruster components as they're done, as they're finishing up.
Meteor storm inbound.
I could not imagine getting my dad to play this though. That'll happen never. He just wouldn't. I'd sit him down, tell him the basic controls, and he'd push the keyboard away and say nope. He wants back on the Xbox. I tried to get him to play Mech Assault one time. He got motion sick. So yeah, nah. No missing items at the moment, but we're down to our last 6 batteries. Is my production for them? Should be enough to finish up this one. I figured the next time I get him on for some good casual gaming, it'll probably be some platform instead of anything more crazy. Actually, come to think of it, one of these over here is like 600 in it. 800. Come on. That should be. And now I'll let it chew out a bunch of the thruster components before I do that for a bit. How are we looking on gold? That's the other thing that's gonna... I probably need to go for gold here soon. Mm-hmm. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong, my dad loved the Need for Speed games back in the day. Mm. We have a steel juice. I was looking right at it just then and I bypassed it.
Meteor storm inbound.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty much all I hear most of the time too. It's two in there I can't reach. To be fair, I think Steve has been absolutely hunting the NPC ships, so I mean, to be fair, the vanilla factions aren't that aggressive in the first place.
Meteor storm inbound.
Not unless you really, really screwed up. No, they were hunting them for decorative purposes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now they were hunting them for decorative purposes, if I remember correctly. For reference, the batteries that are being made are down in these two little crevices. So I think this side might be done. I think it's just over here. I mean, I think they were doing it because they wanted to put together a museum of busted ships or something like that. I think they were kind of Frankensteining a ship.
Energy low.
Level 4. I'm trying to get the thrusters built to this side so that I can stop worrying about them. If I can get most of the thrusters off of the build queue for when the batteries are done, it's that much less slow building I gotta worry about. Especially when there are definitely more batteries in its future. I'll try not to put 50 of them in a row, though. Look at these. I promise in like a couple of weeks we'll be back to me having a face cam, but just had to stop the face cam for a while. Out of respect for my parents. And it's their house. Wait, am I out of silicon? I, no, nowhere near out of silicon. But I am out of gold. Which means the thruster components are about to stop being produced. Alright, Bob's still asking for power cells. Like, good God, Bob. How many do we have being produced now? They're still being pumped out all over the place, so there's 1,000 queued up there, 1,000 there. All right. Yeah, I think it's time for a gold trip.
Meteor storm inbound.
I have ideas in my head for a disturbingly aggressive small grid miner that's not a planet eater. In the same function format as the one I'm currently running, but something to pair with a build ship, a mining, the mixed, the mining refining ship that I was positing earlier. God, I've been live for almost an hour. It feels like 30 minutes. All right. Nah, we need more. So much of my stuff is kind of kneecapped by gold and platinum, thanks to being a space only.
Meteor storm inbound.
Hmm. Think we
Meteor storm inbound.
think we go pick up some uranium here in just a minute. Where's our uranium?
Meteor storm inbound.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll grab some uranium. We'll head back to base. But yeah, now I got. Oh, Ghost, are you still here? Are you back? Anyone else on at the moment? Nope. Why is my ping so shit then? think the real deposit was up through here. No. Sorry, I'm a little quiet today. I'm exhausted from last night still. But I made 400 off of it. 5 hours of work, 4.5. Now, I do have one concern with getting my dad to play games with us on stream. If we ever decide to play a fishing game, we absolutely cannot get my dad on it. I mean, considering I was just stopping by to get this, I think that's more than enough for now. All right. All right. There we go. We're back. Switch 3 of them over to gold instead of platinum. Morning on fire. How you doing? I distinctly feel weird still streaming without a cam. It still feels weird. Yep, we're down to yeah. I do have a reactive image ready to go, but life's been coming at me so fast the last couple days. I haven't had a chance to set it up. You know, it's literally just plug and play, but I just haven't had the time. Like right now, it hurts to move because I was working. Like I was running a tile buster last night. But at least we're finally done running through that 5,001 batteries we had. It felt like. Crouch down here for a moment to get my solar exposure down. And we've just got 2 thrusters left to build before I think all of them are done. Save for some more forward braking, for some more braking thrust, probably in the nose. Even if it's just like 4 of them too high, too low. Just because I'd rather have more braking thrust than forward thrust because it's always harder to stop than it is to go in space. And which one is the one making my... Yep. what? Let's just queue up 1,000 thruster components just so we're getting them a little faster. Because it looks like it finished one and we're down to just this one. It's shaping up to be a bit of a unit once it's done. You know, this will be a bit of a unit of a ship once it's done. It's just a matter of getting it done. Did all these get finished? Yes, they did. Sweet. Yep, just thruster components and a bunch of armor blocks here and there. Currently queued up, at least. I have to figure out what I want to do for control, for a control room. Probably should wall this area up. Footwall. Not sure how well I'll be able to seal this up. This one's going to be a bear to seal up, I think. You know what? I need to go grab some girders. I made some. I may have just had the idea. I want to be able to see these, especially. Oh, wait. I am completely out of plasma? Holy cow, I am completely out of plasma. I have the stuff for this one. Yeah, I just need to move ice over, I think. Yeah, I had no plasma left in my reactors, so these weren't running. Me, I was just dependent on solar for power. That is why I have 8 of them up here, and I'll probably dot a few more around the ship. But, what if, and hear me out, we did that? That way when we seal this up, It'll be
Meteor
airtight
storm
across here
inbound.
while still giving us the catwalk look. You know what we need, and I hate that I'm saying this. We need we need flying aliens in space to make to keep space interesting. We need aliens kind of like the giant spiders, maybe mixed with bugs to keep space interesting for people who are station building, because meteorites are just not enough to keep it interesting if you're not seeing a lot of pirate traffic. Which I'm not. You out of ammo again? You are. You're honestly a boondoggle at this point. Oh, it finally finished it. Cool. It means it's off working on other things now. What are you working on currently? You need bulletproof glass. Right, I don't have a lot of that. Not on you. Alright. Did it finish the, yes it did, I think. Are we thinking we want one of those on each of these? It's going pretty well so far, man. Yeah, I had to get the fuel going again. I love the level of detail they built into these things.
Meteor storm inbound.
I wonder where it's coming from this time. But like, we have salvo, lasers on the front. Looks like they're over here. There they are. Nothing special. Alright. Oh, what next? Well, and skinning these things. Man, continuing to skin these things to make them look good. Barely, not enough.
Inventory full.
Alright, and that lets me know that I need to push those out another block, maybe two. Oh, I know, yeah, I was about to say, I know I've got some interior around. Alright. Honestly, I need to keep checking that plasma, make sure it's actually stockpiled. Need to keep an eye on the fuel. Even one speed module will do a decent amount for it.
Oh, how you doing, Ghost? 月見原をパドルパドル
Oh, hi. Welcome back, Ghost. How many times has the newbie almost burned down the shop since you were gone? Well, I realized that my reactor was completely dry, so had to kickstart it. Glad I got that ice when I did. What am I missing? Yeah, I was about to say. And sped up the production of fuel oil. So what you're saying is all these problems at work are really just you and you're blaming them on other people? You always blame the new guy, even if there is no new guy. What the hell? Like, I don't get that. How are you going to go through the entire hiring process and then just decide to not show up? Like, That's like telling the boss straight up, you know what? I don't want to make any money. I really don't. Well, that's what jobs like yours are supposed to teach them. So jobs like yours are supposed to teach them that accountability. You know? Just goes to show you this new generation ain't shit. Like, I don't want to mean mug them, but when they're going to do shit like that, I can't help but, you know? Yeah. Well, all I can say is, good on them for basically getting themselves blackballed from any real job because they couldn't, good job on them basically getting themselves blackballed from any, well-paying jobs in your area for the next little while. Mickey D's doesn't teach you responsibility, and we both know it. It just teaches you how to blame your boss. Take that from somebody who spent 20 years in Taco Bell. It don't teach you nothing but how to blame your boss.
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It is where they're
Energy
supposed to
low.
learn how to act in the workplace before they get on to the real paying jobs. Problem is, when you go, I'm telling you right now, places like Taco Bell and the like, they ain't teaching that no more. They ain't teaching you that no more. 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago they were. They ain't now.
Meteor
They're
storm
teaching you how to
inbound.
follow the instructions in a book and then not ask questions. That's all they're teaching you. And it shows. And it shows. I hate to say it, but it shows. It really legitimately shows, this current generation learning, entering the workforce. They, you can tell a lot of them weren't spanked as a child. And I know that makes me sound old, but, you know. The only thing, the sad fact is, the only thing the real world is, the only thing the real world actually uh, owes you is an ass whooping because that's all life is. That's all working life is from the time you start to the time to the time you retire. It's an ass whooping that's socially acceptable. You have some jobs where where it's not that bad, but most jobs it is that bad. That's all. That's all. Hmm. No, that's why we give you shit, but we don't really stop playing with you, Ghost. That's why we give you shit, but we keep playing with you. You know, because it's a game. It's a game. If you want, you play the way you want to play. You know, who am I to tell you? No, you can't play that way. the game. You can go ham. Enjoy yourself. You know, worry about the, you know, the, for the little bit of time you're in the game, you're not worrying about real life. What's Bob telling us? Idle grid. I made like 3,000 in that one. I'm not. That is my fuel assembler. Like 3,000 of the damn things earlier. How am I out already? No, and I know it makes me seem old, but I agree. A lot of these kids these days, they really ain't learned what it means for, you know, to get beat down before they enter the workforce. You know, the combination of the internet, meaning they can talk shit without getting hit, and you know, I didn't, and I legitimately, my generation's partly to blame. They're softer on their kids than they've ever been, you know. And I recognize that it's untenable in the long run, that it's kind of screwing us over as a country. I am 100% recognizing that. You want respect? Don't act like I want it. Don't behave like you need to be kicked in the dick. How many have I got? Four. Yeah, well, like legitimately, me and my dad fight all the time. Hell, as a kid, I got put into several walls
Meteor
physically.
storm inbound.
You know, but I'd like to think I grew up relatively well adjusted. I'm not out there acting a tool on the, out there around people. So I guess I turned out okay. Instead I'm being a jackass on the internet. So meet in the middle. Oh, Ghost. Now that you're here, that's right. So I was looking through some Fabula Ultima manuals, and I may have found a way for us to play Space Engineers in a tabletop. I may have found a way to play space engineer to play as space engineers in a tabletop role-playing game without having to homebrew anything. So, but this is vanilla. This is vanilla information. I was talking about it with Slim, and he was like, wait, that actually works. Yeah, so we might be we might have a we might be having a campaign. We might be having a campaign, in the future in
Meteor
Fabula
storm
Ultima
inbound.
of us a group of us crash landing on a planet
Meteor storm
and freaking
inbound.
having to survive and get off planet and go back and get revenge on the assholes who shot us down. And the only reason it works is because Fabula Ultima's character creation system, it uses it by default requires you to multi-class. You don't start off as just a knight, just a warrior, just a rogue. You start off at level 5, so you've got a couple levels in one class and a couple in another. So you can start as the Tinkerer class, which is basically an artificer from D&D. But then one of the expansion modules, the Techno Fantasy expansion atlas has pilots. So you can take 3 levels in freaking Tinkerer to start off. You can take 3 levels in Tinkerer to start off, then 2 levels in Pilot to and what's better is taking a level in Pilot gets you a personal vehicle that you always have access to. So, yeah. And from there, you can take Sharpshooter to be good with guns. You can take levels in Defender in order to improve your how well armor works for you. Space size? Good question.
Energy low.
Still working out the kinks on how it'll work. Nothing's planned out yet, but the ideas are there, and I've been thinking about it. Oh well, that would operate the same way Fabula Ultima's travel across the map would work. Only I would probably you guys would probably have to make a check every day to encounter a pirate ship or something like that. It's not fleshed out in the slightest, but the idea is there. but I would like to run one or two regular campaigns, non I would like to run one or two normal campaigns to get a feel for how to DM this system, and for you guys as players to get a feel for it before we jump into let's be space engineers and cause chaos. What do you think, Ghost? Will that get damaged by a thruster? I wonder. Yeah, the mothership would be charging for the jump. The mothership would be charging for the jump while we can head out in smaller craft during that time. Just a hair of ablative armor right there. But yeah, no, that's what I've got to do to the other one on the other side now. Other than putting weapons on here, I need to put the weapons back on here. All right, give me just one moment. I gotta step off real quick. Let me just make sure I'm not in sunlight. I'm not, but I'd rather be over here. I'll be right back.
Meteor storm inbound. Meteor storm inbound.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. It's nice to see the station has actually maintained its name. You think a light in there? On these, it would be easy to. The front and back, not so much. I mean, are we thinking? Are we digging the stripe down the pod? I mean, the pod's built on an even odd structure. You know, it's not. You know, it's kind of wonky because of the. Hmm? Alright, and then change back to my normal for. Alright. Yellow base, you think? I don't know about yellow. That feels like it'd make it a target. So we're going to go with orange instead of yellow.
Meteor storm inbound.
Alright, so this one does need skinned over here, but I'm probably going to work on that off stream instead of on stream. Just so we're not constantly just staring at that. So I need to work on what I want to do up here. We've got non-deformable blocks with gyros on top and heavy armor above. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Meteor
my
storm
color is
inbound.
orange. My color is orange. Orange and dark gray. Like legitimately, I've been. I drink coffee out of an orange mug. You know, despite having other options available to me, I go for the orange mug by default. Like, I don't even think about it. It's, oh, hey, there's my mug. I mean, I've drank screwdrivers out of an orange mug before. Hmm. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be on, but I'd like to get a little more done. Just not sure where and what. Hmm. Suppose I should start working on the flat plane of this wall. Also lets me determine where I want to put gun emplacements. You know what? That's just pre-floated.
Meteor storm inbound. Meteor storm inbound.
What? Get down here and eat something while I this is a mad lad idea right here. It's not as... It's already done, too. Dang it. It's not quite what I wanted. It's not. It's not a point defense laser like the smaller one. This one's a battle laser. I'm thinking these up here to supplement. I'll figure out something with them. Those are so long. How big are the tier ones? What are we requiring for Bob right now? What are we missing? A lot of superconductors. And metal grid, weirdly enough. Hmm. Hmm.
Energy low.
Of course, right as I'm going to place down something, power's low. Come on. Sorry if I was a little quiet there for a minute. I had an introspective moment on how fuck off huge a gun I wanted to put on my ship. Can we agree this is sufficiently fuck off huge? Oh, it's off center. Nope, nope, nope. Ugh. That what? Oh, yeah. I think this is going to be one of the three big one of the big turrets for my ship once that gets done. I think I need more weirdly enough it's the no, it's not weirdly. That's pretty common for motors and construction components to be the blue balls. Nice. Wait, you're on right now? I still find it funny I had almost everything for the ship right from the get. I mean, for the weapon right from the get-go. Also, how do you like the pattern of weapons I put on the side? Yeah, fair enough.
Meteor storm inbound.
Yeah, I'm going to extend that out further. The Galactus laser? Oh, no, the Gladius. No, I know. I know about it. You told me about it, remember?
Meteor storm inbound.
Yes, you told me just a minute ago there's a meteor storm inbound. I don't need to know about another one. Yeah, problem is they're another one of those feck off huge weapons, you know? Almost had enough. I was 3 superconductors short on that. That's funny. 3 superconductors short. Yeah, that might be the wrong spot for that. That might be the wrong spot for that. A better spot for it might be a pair of them right here, where I'm playing, a slight downslope on the ship. And it's already done. Damn it.
Meteor storm inbound. Inventory full. Inventory full.
God, that was fragile. That is the tier 2 laser, by the way. Oh, it's too big for right there. Oh. I mean, let's go fire that thing. Why are we aiming from the side of it? Oh, I love that. Did you feel that thrum right before it fired? It absolutely murders our freaking power supply, though. Watch it reset. Oh, that thing's gonna be awesome. Just imagine rolling up. That gun has a 15-kilometer range, I believe. idle power 50 megawatts. Let's see. Aiming range 9 kilometers. You can stand outside somebody's base and just set, at distance and just say, "Fuck your world." I think I need to make sure that cannot target small grid, I think. I mean, I'm limited by the distance I can see, you know? The range on these dual casemates are 6 kilometers. These tier 1 gimbal laser armored, they're only like 2.5 kilometers, but those are more for a meteor defense than anything. Although, to be fair, these are also close enough to the entrance to my ship, and they are targeting biologicals. Go ahead. Try to freaking fly and take my ship. You're gonna run right into a freaking laser. And and I've got a radar on here that anything with a AI control mode that's part of this mod, this increases the max range to 17 kilometers. So, yeah. We're starting to shape up into a fearsome warship. How funny would it be if I left that seat, that control right where it was, and just built the rest of the ship around it?
Meteor storm inbound.
Problem is, it only works for consolidated weapons. Did we just get bitch-assed by a meteor storm and get nothing? It's starting to look like an actual ship. But I think it is time for me to call it a day. So let's go get in the cryo. I'm definitely going to have to run more batteries with that thing on the ship, which means a lot more bobbing. Alright, well, I will see you guys next time. It'll be Monday unless something comes up. Not Monday, Tuesday. There might be, Tuesday, because Monday I'm going to be working on getting out of the house. Finishing the move. So I will see you guys next time. Catch you later. Peace.